Hey guys, what's up? It's PoetRaeMonet, and I am back once again on behalf of the authors of Erotica. So today we're going to be talking about something really awesome, really like kind of near to my heart as well, which is like events. And I love doing events and going to them, performing at them, and planning them, executing them, everything about them. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about today was what you should bring with you when you're vending at an event. I think that's really important, to have like most of these things, if not all of them. And you will certainly, if it's not, this event, one of these events, you're going to say, damn, that's why I needed that thing. So yeah, so let's take a look. And I do suggest that you actually write it down. Like I have horrible handwriting, you guys, but I have like a whole book and like a big old list of stuff to bring and why it's so important. So let's jump right into it, okay? So I like to kind of start from the point of purchase, right? Because I'm trying to be positive. Like I'm going to go there, I'm going to make sales, I'm going to make my money. So the first thing, that I have here is a cash box and a key. That's really important. If you don't have a box, definitely get a bag that you can lock, like a cash bag that's lockable as well. So that's going to be really, really helpful. Of course, you always want to protect your money. You're going to need small bills for change, of course. So depending on what your prices are, you're definitely going to want to have those denominations available. So for instance, if everything that you have is $5, $10, $15, $20, $25, or if it's, $12, $8, $7.99, $7.50, whatever, then you're going to want to have change, in those denominations so that you're able to provide people, excellent service. I mean, you don't want to be in a predicament where you don't have change so someone doesn't purchase, but every once in a while you'll get someone who doesn't have change so they purchase up as well. But I definitely don't recommend that. That's a strategy that you often employ. Now, a calculator, of course, if you're not that great with numbers, Visa, MasterCard sign, always helpful to let people know that they can pay that way as well. Also, if you have your Square logo cards, your cards for like PayPal and things like that, whatever way that you accept payments, definitely have like that available somewhere in your display. A printed inventory list. That's really important. It's super easy to lose control of things and lose number of things and count of things and really, kind of perspective even if you're, in an event and if you're new to events. So that's going to be really important to keep track. Price tags are really important as well if you're going to use those. Not everyone uses them, and that's absolutely fine strategy, again, but if that's the case, that you are going to be using them, definitely make sure that you do have them on hand in advance. Your card reader. That's really important too. You don't want to spend all day and taking so long on these transactions or even possibly screwing up a number, during the transaction where you have to punch in each and every one. Instead, go ahead and get that card reader, swipe it on through. If you don't have one, Square provides them for free and they take like a super low amount off of like the money for like processing. So check that out if you haven't. And of course, if you are going to be using Square, update your Square. Before every single event, make sure that you update it. Make sure that you update your inventory inside of Square as well. Your prices, make sure that everything matches, that the prices on Square match the prices on paper, match the price tags, match everything so that you're clear across the board. You don't want to ring someone up for, a higher amount or a lower amount than what you're actually charging. So let's go to, so you've processed like the money perhaps, okay? Maybe you do that first, maybe you do that last, that's up to you. But I think something really awesome as well is actually, bagging your items. So of course, bring bags, logo labels for your bags. Okay, so if you can print it just on like some they have like printer paper that can just stick to the back of whatever, pull some of those off, stick a label on there, you know what I mean, so that it's branded merchandise, you know what I mean, and it's like, it's going out and it looks, again, a little bit more professional. I always, for some items that I have that are delicate, I bring tissue paper. A stapler and staples can always come in handy, okay? Various reasons, you'll thank me later. You definitely want your contact card, your business card, things like that on hand. And I do want to point out as well that not only like do you want all those items, if you have any additional like paper items as well, maybe you have coupons, maybe you have cards for people to fill out for joining your mailing list and things like that. So those will be included there as well. Make all of those copies at least in triplicate. Okay, again, thank me later. Okay, so let's get over to like the actual table decor and like things you'll need there. So of course, you're gonna need your tablecloth, right? Sometimes they provide one for you. I think it's better if you provide your own. I mean, I know that not everybody can do that or just like go out and buy something super like expensive or nice, but if you can, just pop down to AC Moore or Michael's or like Joanne Fabrics or anything like that. And I mean, Joanne can probably just cut you off the length of a tablecloth and boom, you've got it right there. And again, you can use like iron-ons to put your label, your logo onto those cloths as well. So again, that's branding your table. You might want to bring your laptop with you. Make sure you bring your charger with that. Definitely bring like holders for like your business cards, your books, like any of those kinds of things that are going to be used to prop up your books and to build your design and display. Make sure that you have those. Of course, we're authors. Bring your books, okay? Any of your like side business materials, again, bring those with you as well. Definitely try to make sure that that secondary like business or that secondary product that you're offering is also in line with your original business and your original business practices, okay? Because again, we don't want to create those those questions and confusions in the customer's heads. So I do want to point out as well, signage, really important. And that's kind of going back maybe to like the price list. Some people might have a printed price list that they want to place on their table instead of doing small price tags. That might be one option for you. Maybe you have a specific poem or specific section of the book that you want to highlight. You can put that in a little frame and boom, put that on the table as well so that people can check that out as they're browsing through everything else. So that's really important to point out as well. Now, and we did kind of talk about like containers and things like that. So, and that's more going again to like building things up. So you don't just want, a stack of books sitting flat on a table. You would really prefer something, something a little bit bigger, a little higher. In fact, for the authors of Erotica, just the other night, you guys, I did like a little kind of live display for them, kind of, and and I just grabbed a few items out of my basement to show them what I mean. So I'm going to show you guys as well. Give me just a second. Got to move some papers here, but yeah, let me see. Let's take a look here. Okay. So we've got like a little display. Okay. That's a little display table. So what I mean by like things that you're using, so like containers like these, you're going to want to make sure that you have those with you. Any kind of tall display items, flowers, all of those kinds of things, make sure you have them and you pack them up in advance of really kind of, going to your event. Make sure that you have like boxes, your bags all packed. I would, I think it's best to bring like that kind of those large clear containers. You can grab them at like a Walmart or a Target, and that's going to be a great way to package all of your things and to have them packaged in the future so that, really you can just go through your one box, say, okay, I've got all of these things. I just need to add this in. And it's not like you're preparing for a new event every single time. So that's going to save you time in the long run. So, again, your mailing list, have somewhere for them to put, their mailing list entry if you're not going to personally collect it from them, or if you're not just going to have a full out list, that's there somewhere on the table as well. Contact cards, definitely always want to have those as well. And again, I was saying if you have like any side businesses. So say that one of my side businesses is florals. Or maybe, glasses, sorry, is florals or glasses. So of course you're going to want to bring, those things with you as well. So let's get back to this list over here. I don't think there's too much that's left on it, and I think I'm doing pretty decent on time considering some of my other videos. So give me a pass on this one, guys. But let's see here. Oh, let's move on to like some additional items that are always super, super good to have, but don't really fall into those other categories. Definitely bring your cell phone. Bring your cell phone charger. Bring the wall connection for your cell phone charger, you guys. Oh my God. I can't tell you how many times I've bought the cord and my phone and I have not taken the wall connection, and it has screwed me, you guys. I'm not even gonna kid. So definitely, please take my advice on that one. Bring Sharpies with you, okay? You're gonna want to sign books. People might ask. Sometimes you do it anyway. Whatever you choose, definitely sign those books. Sign them on, the inside cover. You're going to want to have a clipboard probably with all of your lists and all of your additional paperwork so that it's all in one spot. So that's going to be your inventory, maybe a list of sales if you're taking them by hand and not doing, like Square or anything like that yet. You'll want to have a piece of paper with the event info, the organizer contact info, anything that you need to know to get into that event. You're going to want to have it with you just in case you get stopped, turned around, lost, any kind of thing. You're also going to want to have maybe just like an empty list for your business contacts. Sometimes they don't have, their cards, or they've run out of them before they've gotten to you. So, hey, let's go ahead and write it down on this paper. I'm always going to know where it is. I'm always going to know what it's for. So it's not just going to be John 246 blah 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 whatever. It's going to be like, who the heck? Right. But now you're going to have it on your business contact list, and you're going to know like a little bit more about that person. And your mailing lists as well. You're going to, at the end of the event, you're going to want to pop that mailing list back onto that event as well. I always recommend that you bring the next 3 items with you as well. Super important: bottled water, snacks, and a trash bag. Okay, you'll actually create a little bit of trash during your event, you guys. Surprisingly, weirdly or not, so weirdly enough, excuse me, but definitely bring those 3 things. Okay, you're going to be super happy about that as well. And it doesn't cut into your profit because maybe you're spending money in an event that you shouldn't spend. Now, I also recommend you bring scissors, tape, pens, for those folks right now, and extension cords are going to be really key as well, okay? Because depending on how packed the event is with vendors, the space for actual, connections might be very, very slim. So that might come in handy. Breath mints. Always good when you're talking to the public. Some oil or perfume, hand sanitizer is also going to be really key as well. Ladies, you might want to bring an extra pair of shoes. Okay, sometimes we underestimate how long we're going to be standing there or how comfy those shoes were the other time that we wore them. So definitely bring another pair, with you to kind of compensate, give you some time to switch out. I also want to point out as well, you might want to bring your event badge if it's a higher profile event and they send it to you in advance, or if they're giving it to you at the event, make sure that you keep that with you at all times. A digital camera just in case that camera dies, or you have an additional person that's there with you to get some footage of you, your booth, people interacting, all of those great things. Now, the last 2 are super optional, but can come in handy. But maybe paper towels and rubber bands. Yeah, so you never know. Again, tons and tons and tons of uses, guys. But I think you get the gist here. Now, I just want to remind you guys again, if you're not a member of our group already, definitely join us. We're called the Authors of Erotica on Facebook, and the way that we work is by trying to really help other authors to gain more knowledge, other erotic authors specifically, to gain more knowledge so that we can find our niche, we can find our customers so that we're able to really get things going, So I want to make some money. I want to help you make some money too. let's do it. You can find us again on Facebook, Authors of Erotica. If you like this video or enjoy it or any other thing, definitely let us know in the comments below. I'd appreciate if you like or subscribe to the channel because we're definitely going to have a lot more content for you guys coming up throughout the year. Well, thanks for your time, guys. I really appreciate it. I am Poet Ray Monet, and I am out.